The Visitors Challenge Cup, Coxless fours. On the backside, Christchurch, Oxford and Trinity College, Oxford. The composite crew, naturally enough, in dark blue. And on the Berkshire side, on home water, the Leander Club. And the steering called into some question by Sarah Winters, the umpire there, who just had a little twitch towards her flag, didn't necessarily feel the need to raise it, and now they are indeed safely apart.
Yeah, great start there from Leander actually. I think even with that little bit of steering correction, they've managed to get themselves out of it while maintaining boat speed, which can be quite difficult.
With Barney Stediford in the bow, Finn Stevenson, Sam Twine and George Rossiter. All between 23 and 25 years old. And Leander at Fawley into a comfortable lead here. Leaving behind them this by-college Oxford crew. Stroked by Klaas-Jorg Mertens.
And they're a crew of quality individuals as well, this Oxford crew. The stroke is a German, and he won gold in the lightweight men's 8 in 2015 at the World Championships. So that's real calibre. It's a really classy crew of individuals who are performing at extremely high levels. That just shows how well the Leander crew is rowing.
Rowing very smoothly, of course, making themselves utterly at home, as they would, being at home, the host club, as it were, and treating the water as if it were their own. The security of stroke and the certainty of purpose. Their business to be around at the weekend. Is there a home advantage?
I think there must be. I think any time you row on a piece of water you you just have a familiarity with it, and I think that just helps you spotting a few little landmarks. I mean, Henley looks totally different now to the way it looks every other day of the year, so okay, so it's not the same, but I just think there's that sense of knowing where you are, how far you've got to the finish line, that does give you a bit of a home advantage.
I was asking this yesterday, the distance of the race as well is obviously a peculiar distance, and so some would be reaching out to the finishing line and thinking, where is it, why is there an extra X metres? Is that a factor as well, do you think, which again perhaps plays into Leander's hands?
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, you race 2,000 metres and you want the finish line to be closer, let alone 2,000 plus. No, I definitely, I experienced it when I raced here a couple of years ago, and you kind of, it's not that much further, but those strokes that you haven't necessarily practiced, you need to get used to them.
So after years of practice, your body tells you without a finishing line when you've raced 2,000 metres, does it? You know?
Yeah,
or
fairly
at least
well.
feel.
Yeah, fairly well. I mean, a lot of the training you do, a lot of the time set pieces are over 2,000 metres, so you can almost count the strokes to know how many you've got from start to finish. And so when you have to take those few more, your legs don't expect that. It's almost a surprise to them.
It just doesn't feel right. It certainly doesn't appear as though it's going to be an issue in this race. So again, we encounter the conversation about keeping something back for tomorrow and all that goes with it. That's the Leander issue, I guess, for Christchurch, Oxford, Trinity College, Oxford. For those four, deriving some sort of positives over the last part of the race is what it's all about.
Yeah, I think the Leander crew obviously has to keep an eye out on the Oxford crew to make sure that any challenge they mount, the Leander crew is ready to combat. But I think it's quite a nice opportunity for the crews that are leading in these early stages to just get a feel for the course, for the conditions, and what I would be doing right now is to be calling through the race plan, tomorrow's race plan, making sure, okay, I'm still in the race that I'm in, but I'm thinking forward, I'm thinking ahead, and I'm going to be ready for the start line tomorrow as well.
And within this four, presumably, as with any four, there would be the natural communicator, would there? Would there be someone making those calls?
Yeah, I expect the person to be either at bow or two. So obviously, if you're at stroke or three, you're facing forwards, you're too far away for the people to hear. So one of the guys at the back will be making the calls. And it can be a stressful position to be with those decision-making things, but you know it should be okay for these guys now out ahead.
Yeah, the critical decisions have been made. The critical strokes have been taken, and the critical meters have been eaten up more than satisfactorily by Leander Club, who from the outset pulled away from the Oxford crew and have beaten them by 2 or 3 clear lengths to move forward in the Visitors' Challenge Cup.